The sky turned dark on a sunny Tuesday morning. Giant ships blocked the sun as they moved across Earth's major cities. The Kravazic had arrived, and they came for war. War Master Zextur stood tall on the command bridge of his flagship. His gray skin reflected the blue glow of Earth on the view screen. His 4 yellow eyes blinked one after another as he studied the planet below. "Begin the invasion," he ordered. "Follow standard protocol. Destroy their military bases first, then take down their communication centers." Bright beams shot from the alien ships. In minutes, the Pentagon was nothing but ash. Military bases across America, China, and Russia disappeared in flashes of light. The Kravazic warriors cheered. This was how it always went. This was how they had conquered 17 other worlds. "Sir, the humans are responding," said Officer Kral, "but not as expected." Instead of running away in terror, humans were fighting back. Not in big organized armies that could be easily targeted, but in small groups that appeared and disappeared. When the aliens destroyed a military base, the soldiers didn't surrender. They joined nearby towns and kept fighting. "This is, unusual," War Master Zextur said, scratching his armored head. "But it will not matter. Our technology is far superior." 3 days into the invasion, the aliens captured their first group of human soldiers. The Kravazic guards expected the humans to bow their heads in defeat. Instead, the prisoners looked directly at their captors. Some even smiled. "Why do they bare their teeth at us?" a young Kravazic warrior asked his commander. "Is it not clear they have lost? That night, 5 guards were killed when the humans escaped. They had used simple tools to make weapons. One human had strangled a guard with a strip of cloth torn from his own clothing. War Master Zextur could not understand the reports. According to everything they knew about conquered species, the humans should be hiding. They should be begging for mercy. But everywhere his forces went, they met resistance. "Send more troops," he ordered. "Double our forces in all major cities." Scientist Adjunct Mevlok stood quietly at the back of the command room. She watched the War Master give his orders and made notes on her tablet. Something about these humans was different. They did not act like prey. When threatened, they did not show fear. They showed anger. "Sir," she said softly, "perhaps we should study these humans more before continuing the invasion." War Master Zextur laughed. "They are just another primitive species. They will fall like all the others." But as the first week ended, more reports came in of dead Kravazic soldiers, of human fighters who used the aliens' own weapons against them, of small victories that should not have been possible. The War Master stopped laughing, and deep in the heart of the mothership, Scientist Adjunct Mevloks began to wonder if they had made a terrible mistake in coming to Earth. 3 weeks passed since the Kravazic arrived on Earth. Their ship still filled the skies, but their victory was nowhere in sight. In the research lab of the mothership, Scientist Adjunct Mevlok studied video feeds of human prisoners. She had never seen anything like them before. When the guards threatened them, the humans smiled. When food was taken away, they shared what little they had with each other. Most strange of all, they kept trying to escape even when it seemed impossible. "They should be broken by now," she said to her assistant. "Every other species we conquered gave up by this point." Mevloks touched the control panel, zooming in on a human female who had killed 3 guards during her last escape attempt. The woman's face showed no fear, only determination. Meanwhile, War Master Zextur faced growing problems. His warriors were returning from Earth's surface with strange new behaviors. Some jumped at small noises. Others refused to go back to fight. Many reported bad dreams where humans hunted them through dark places. "What is happening to my warriors?" Zextur demanded during the morning briefing. Commander Vril, his second-in-command, lowered all 4 eyes in shame. "They are afraid, War Master. The humans don't fight like normal prey. They hide. They set traps. They attack when we sleep." "That is dishonorable." Zextur slammed his fist on the table. "Perhaps," said Vril, "but it is effective." That same day, a group of humans broke into a Kravazic weapons depot. Instead of simply using the alien guns, they took them apart and rebuilt them to be more powerful. When Kravazic forces arrived to take back the depot, they were shocked to find humans using their own improved weapons against them. In her lab, Mevlox received new data that disturbed her even more. The brain scans of Kravazic warriors who had spent more than a week fighting humans showed unusual patterns. Their fear centers were constantly active. Their sleep was broken. Some even showed signs that their brains were rewiring themselves. "This is not normal," she told her assistant. "Our warriors are experiencing a type of damage I've never seen before." She decided to speak with War Master Zextur directly. She found him staring at a map of Earth where red dots showed areas still under human control. There were far too many dots. "War Master, I need to show you something important," she said. "Our warriors are suffering from what humans call trauma. Their minds are being damaged by this conflict." Zextur turned to her with angry eyes. "Fix them then, I need more troops on the ground." "It's not that simple. The humans don't break under pressure like other species. They adapt, they work together, they laugh in the face of death, and our warriors don't know how to fight an enemy like that." The War Master's face darkened. "Then we will hit them harder. Send the elite forces to the major human cities. We will end this quickly." As Mevlox left the command room, she wondered which would break first, humanity's resistance or the minds of the Kravazic warriors. 2 months into the invasion, the Kravazic faced a problem they had never seen before. Their warriors were breaking down. In the medical bay of the mothership, rows of alien soldiers lay on beds. Their eyes moved quickly back and forth. Their bodies shook. Many cried out in their sleep. "What is wrong with them?" War Master Zextur demanded. Mevlox showed him the brain scans. "Their minds are damaged from fighting humans. On their home planet, the Kravazic were always the top predators. They never learned to handle fear. But humans..." She paused. "Humans know fear very well. They live with it. They use it. And now they are teaching our warriors what real fear feels like." On Earth, the elite Kravazic forces were failing. Humans had learned to make simple traps that worked well against the aliens. They put bombs in empty buildings. They dug holes, covered with leaves. They left behind fake weapons that exploded when picked up. But worst of all were the night attacks. Humans had learned that Kravazic soldiers could not see well in darkness. Small groups of humans would sneak into alien camps at night. They would kill a few guards, take their weapons, and disappear. Night after night they did this, giving the aliens no rest. One Kravazic commander sent a message to the mothership. "The humans are everywhere and nowhere. We cannot sleep. We cannot tell who is an enemy. Even their children throw rocks at us. Every human fights, not just their warriors." Mevlox collected these reports for her research. She noticed something strange. The longer a Kravazic soldier fought against humans, the worse their mind became. Some stopped following orders. Others fired their weapons at shadows. Many begged not to be sent back to Earth's surface. "We need to change our approach," Mevlox told Zextur. "Our warriors are not made for this kind of war. The humans fight differently than any species we have faced before." But Zextur would not listen. "We have never lost a war. We will not lose this one. Send more troops to their cities. Destroy their water sources. Burn their food. They will break soon." That night, humans attacked the main Kravazic base in what was once New York City. They didn't try to win. They just made noise all night long, banging metal, playing loud music, firing occasional shots. By morning, the Kravazic soldiers were exhausted and jumping at every sound. "We can't beat them in a fair fight," a human leader told her people. "But we don't need to. We just need to hang on until they break themselves." In her lab, Mevlox wrote in her research journal, "Humans have turned war itself into a weapon. They don't just fight our bodies, they attack our minds. And I fear our minds will break first." 4 months after the invasion began, the Kravazic army was falling apart from the inside. War Master Zextur paced around the command room, hitting the walls with his fists. "How can we be losing to these primitive creatures?" he shouted. "They don't even have space travel." His officers looked down, afraid to speak. Finally, Commander Vril stepped forward. "War Master, The humans do not act like any enemy we have faced before. When we destroy their cities, they don't surrender. They fight from the ruins. When we kill their leaders, new ones take their place. They adapt to our weapons faster than we can create new ones. In a hidden base under the ruins of Chicago, humans celebrated a major victory. They had captured a Kravazic command ship. Inside, they found star maps, weapon plans, and most importantly, translation devices. "Now we can understand their language," said General Maria Chen. "And we've learned something important about these aliens. They can't handle chaos. Their whole society is built on strict order, with everyone knowing their place." A young scientist held up a small device. "I've modified their communication system. We can now speak directly into their neural implants. We can get inside their heads." That night, Kravazic soldiers across North America heard human voices in their minds. Some heard offers of mercy if they surrendered. Others heard detailed descriptions of how they would die. Many just heard human laughter, a sound that the aliens found deeply disturbing. On the mothership, more and more warriors refused to go back to Earth. Some even hurt themselves to avoid being sent down. The medical bays were full. "This is worse than I feared," Mevlox told her research team. "The warriors' minds are breaking. Our species evolved to win quickly through superior force. We never developed ways to handle extended resistance or psychological warfare." War Master Zextur called an emergency meeting with his top commanders. Half of the seats were empty. Some commanders had died. Others had locked themselves in, their rooms too afraid to lead anymore. "I am ordering the use of planet-killer weapons," Zextur announced. "We will destroy this world rather than be defeated by it." The weapons officer, Kravzor, stood up slowly. His hands shook. I cannot follow that order, War Master." "What? This is treason." Zextur reached for his weapon. "Many of us have been speaking with scientist adjunct Mevlox," Kravzor said. "She has shown us the truth. This war is destroying our minds. Our warriors are being damaged in ways that may never heal. We must end this invasion." For the first time in the history of the Kravazic Empire, a war master faced open rebellion from his officers. As Zextur looked around the room, he saw doubt and fear in every face. The humans had not just fought the Kravazic bodies. They had broken something deep inside the alien warriors' minds. 6 months into the invasion, the time had come for humans to push back. General Maria Chen stood before leaders from around the world on a video call. Their faces showed exhaustion, but also determination. "We've studied their technology, their language, and most importantly, their minds," she said. "Now we strike back." The human counteroffensive began at dawn, but it wasn't just soldiers who fought. Everyone played a part. Truck drivers moved troops, farmers hid weapons, children passed messages. The Kravazic couldn't tell who was a threat and who wasn't. "They're everywhere," a Kravazic squad leader reported, his voice shaking. "We can't tell fighters from civilians. They all attack us." Across the world, humans launched attacks on alien bases. But they didn't just use guns and bombs. They used the aliens' greatest weakness against them, their minds. Thanks to the captured translation devices, humans now broadcast directly into Kravazic neural implants. Some messages offered safe passage to aliens who surrendered. Others were designed to create fear. "We know you can hear us," the human voices whispered inside alien heads. "We are in your ships. We are in your systems. You will never sleep soundly again." Some human broadcasts were just sounds, babies crying, people screaming, or sometimes just laughter. The Kravazic found human laughter especially disturbing. Their own species never laughed. On the mothership, War Master Zextur faced growing rebellion. Many of his officers now spoke openly against the war. His authority, once absolute, was crumbling. "I am ordering the use of the planet-killer weapons," he announced for the second time. "This will end now." He turned to weapons officer Kravzor, who once again refused the order. "You are all traitors," Zextur shouted. "I will execute you. Myself." But when he reached for his weapon, he found a dozen officers pointing their guns at him. "We have been in contact with Scientist Adjunct Mevlox," Commander Vril said. "She has shown us evidence that this war was a mistake from the beginning. Humans are not like other species we have conquered. Their minds work differently. They evolved fighting each other for thousands of years. We cannot break them. They are already broken, and that makes them stronger than us." Meanwhile, Mevlox made a decision that would change history. She gathered her research and sent a secret message to human leaders. "I wish to speak with you," she wrote. "I have information that will help end this war. I no longer believe my people should be here. We have invaded 17 worlds before Earth, but we have never faced anything like humans. You have shown us something we never expected, a species that grows stronger under pressure instead of weaker." As human forces pushed closer to alien strongholds around the world, the Kravazic homeworld sent a message to Zexatur. "No reinforcements will come. Earth is now classified as a death world. You and your forces are on your own." Scientist Adjunct Mevlox stood nervously at the meeting point. She had chosen an abandoned building in what used to be Toronto. Her four eyes scanned the area, looking for any sign of danger. "I am taking a great risk," she said to the empty room. "No Kravazic has ever done this before." 3 humans entered from different doors. They carried weapons but kept them lowered. General Maria Chen stepped forward. "You wanted to talk," she said. "We're listening." Mevlox took a deep breath. "I have important information that will help you defeat my people. But first, I want to explain something about us." The scientist explained that the Kravazic came from a world with few natural threats. They had evolved as the top predators, never facing serious challenges. When they developed space travel, they found other worlds easily conquered. "We have never faced a species like yours," Mevlox said. "You humans evolved fighting each other for thousands of years. You learned to handle fear, pain, and loss in ways my people never had to." She showed the humans her research. Brain scans of Kravazic warriors exposed to human warfare revealed severe trauma. The alien mind, unused to prolonged stress or fear, simply broke down over time. "Our warriors are suffering what you call PTSD, but much worse. Our brains have no natural defenses against it. Every day they fight humans, they become more damaged." General Chen studied the data. "This explains a lot. But why are you telling us this? Why betray your own kind?" Mevlox's voice became softer. "Because this invasion was a mistake. We didn't understand what we were facing, and now thousands of my people are suffering brain damage that may never heal. This must end before more are hurt." The scientist gave the humans plans for special weapons that would trigger anxiety responses in the Kravazic without killing them. These would make them unable to fight without causing permanent harm. "With these, you can force them to retreat without more bloodshed," she said. As they talked, War Master Zextur faced his own crisis on the mothership. His request for reinforcements had been denied by the Kravazic Dominion Council. "Earth is now classified as a death world," the message read. "No more ships will be sent. Your mission is cancelled. Return if you can." For the first time in his long career, Zextur felt true fear. Not just for himself, but for all the warriors under his command. They were alone, abandoned by their homeworld, facing an enemy, unlike any they had encountered before. Meanwhile, Mevlox made a final offer to the humans. "Let me help you. Let me study how humans handle fear and stress. Perhaps I can use that knowledge to help my traumatized people heal when this war is over." General Chen looked at her fellow humans, then back at the alien scientist. "We accept your help. This war ends now on our terms." 8 months after the invasion began, the tide of war had completely turned. Human forces, now using the special weapons provided by Mevlox, moved against alien bases around the world. These weapons didn't kill. Instead, they triggered powerful fear responses in the Kravazic brain. Within minutes of exposure, alien warriors would become too afraid to fight. Many simply dropped their weapons and curled into balls, shaking. "It's working even better than expected," Mevlox told General Chen as they watched video feeds from the battlefield. Their brains have already been weakened by months of stress. Now they can't handle even small amounts of fear. In New Delhi, 500 human soldiers captured an entire Kravazic base without firing a single deadly shot. In Sydney, aliens surrendered as soon as they saw humans approaching. In Rio de Janeiro, Kravazic warriors actually ran away from humans half their size. War Master Zextur sat alone in his command room. Most of his officers had either joined the rebellion or locked themselves in their quarters. The reports coming in from Earth showed complete disaster. His mighty invasion force, once the pride of the Kravazic Dominion, was surrendering in record numbers. "This is impossible," he whispered to himself. "We have never lost before." A human voice spoke suddenly from the ship's communication system. "War Master Zextur, this is General Maria Chen of Earth's United Defense Force. Your ship is surrounded. Your ground forces have surrendered. It's over." Zextur looked at the screens. Human ships built using stolen Kravazic technology had indeed surrounded the mothership. How had they learned so quickly? It had taken other species generations to understand even basic alien tech. "I will fight to the death," he said proudly. "No Kravazic commander has ever surrendered." "We're not asking for your surrender," General Chen replied. "We're offering you terms." Terms? Zextur couldn't understand. "But you have won. Why would you offer terms to the defeated?" "Because that's what humans do. We're not like you. We don't need to destroy our enemies completely to feel victorious." This concept shook Zextur to his core. In all Kravazic history, the defeated were either killed or enslaved. The idea that the victors would negotiate with the losers violated everything he believed about the natural order of things. Word of the human offer spread quickly through the remaining Kravazic forces. The idea that they might survive defeat, might even be treated with dignity despite losing, was revolutionary. Across the world, alien warriors laid down their weapons by the thousands. Their rigid, hierarchical minds, already damaged by months of psychological warfare, simply could not process this final shock. An enemy that showed mercy when it should show ruthlessness. As Zextur listened to reports of mass surrenders, he finally understood what Mevlox had tried to tell him months ago. Humans didn't win by having better weapons. They won by having minds that could imagine things the Kravazic never could. 1 year after the invasion began, Earth faced a new challenge. What should humans do with thousands of alien soldiers who could not go home? According to Mevlox, the HFY, Kravazic culture had no place for defeated warriors. Those who lost battles were expected to die rather than live with shame. But most of the aliens had surrendered instead of fighting to the death. Now they were stuck on Earth, unable to return to their homeworld without facing disgrace or execution. "They cannot go back," Mevlox explained to world leaders at an emergency meeting. "In our culture, they no longer exist. The Dominion has removed them from all records. Their families have been told they died in battle." General Chen looked around the room. "So we have 10,000 traumatized aliens with nowhere to go. What do we do with them?" The solution came from an unexpected place. Dr. Sarah Williams, a human psychologist, suggested creating special rehabilitation centers. There, human doctors would work with Mevlox to help the aliens process their trauma. "We know more about handling mental trauma than they do," Dr. Williams said. "Maybe we can teach them." The first rehabilitation center opened outside Vancouver. There, human psychologists worked with small groups of Kravazic soldiers. Many aliens couldn't understand the process at first. "You want us to talk about our fear?" one warrior asked in disbelief. "In our world, we never speak of such things." Slowly, some aliens began to change. They learned human concepts like therapy and emotional processing. They began to understand that feeling fear didn't make them weak, it made them aware. In one breakthrough session, a Kravazic squad leader named Dex finally spoke about his experiences. "The humans never acted like prey," he said, his voice shaking. "When we attacked, they should have run or surrendered. That's what all other species did, but humans, They smiled at us. They laughed when we threatened them. Some even seemed to enjoy fighting back. I couldn't understand it. War Master Zextur had also surrendered, though he refused to participate in therapy. He sat alone in his quarters at a secure facility, watching videos of his defeated warriors learning from humans. "This is the final humiliation," he told Mevlox when she visited him. "Not just defeat, but learning from the enemy." "No," she replied. "This is growth. Humans know something we never learned. How to face fear and continue. How to fail and try again. How to lose and still find meaning." Meanwhile, on the 17 worlds previously conquered by the Kravazic, rumors spread about Earth, about a planet of beings who had defeated the mighty Dominion, about creatures who faced fear every day and grew stronger from it. And in secret, communications between these worlds, a new idea began to spread. Perhaps they too could learn what the humans knew. Perhaps they too could resist. 2 years had passed since the day the Kravazic ships first darkened Earth's skies. The world had changed in ways no one could have imagined. On a sunny morning, Mevlox walked through what was once a rehabilitation center, but was now called New Beginning City. Around 3,000 Kravazic had chosen to stay on Earth permanently. They could not go home, so they made a new home here. "I never thought I would see this," she said to General Chen, who walked beside her. "My people living peacefully among humans." They watched as alien children, the first Kravazic born on Earth, played with human children in a park. The young aliens laughed, something their species had never done before contact with humans. "They're different from Kravazic born on the homeworld," Mevlox observed. "They don't fear showing weakness. They don't hide their feelings." Around the world, similar communities had formed. The aliens who stayed brought valuable knowledge. They helped humans understand alien technology, speeding up Earth's development by centuries. The first human faster-than-light ship was already being built, but the greatest changes happened in space far from Earth. On the 17 worlds previously conquered by the Kravazic, word had spread about what happened on Earth, about beings who had not only defeated the mighty Dominion, but had shown mercy to the defeated. The first rebellion started on Vex 5, a mining planet. The native green-skinned Vexians, inspired by Earth's example, stopped working in the mines. When Kravazic soldiers tried to force them back to work, the Vexians didn't fight. They simply sat down and refused to move. The confused Kravazic didn't know how to respond. Their training prepared them for battle, not peaceful resistance. Similar uprisings spread to other conquered worlds, all following the Earth model of resistance. On Earth, War Master Zextur finally agreed to speak with human therapists. After months of sessions, he made a breakthrough. "All my life, I believed victory was everything," he told Dr. Williams. "I thought showing mercy was weakness, but I was wrong. The greatest strength is being able to win and still show kindness to the defeated." The Kravazic Dominion, faced with growing unrest across their empire, established a quarantine zone around Earth's solar system. They declared the planet forbidden and erased all records of the failed invasion. But it was too late. The idea of resistance had already spread. The concept that prey species could stand up to predators could not be contained. Mevlox published her research about human psychology. Her most famous finding became known across the galaxy. Humans are dangerous, not because they are stronger or smarter than other species. They are dangerous because they never accept defeat as final. Where other species see the end, humans see only a setback. This makes them unique in the galaxy, and uniquely qualified to teach others how to be free. The Kravazic had come to Earth looking for another easy conquest. Instead, they left with broken minds and a shattered empire. They came for war. Humans sent them home with trauma and taught the galaxy a lesson that would echo across the stars for centuries to come.